Dr. Strange, master of the mystic arts. Into the dimension of death. Hearken to these words, O seeker of truth, the grip of a power more mystifying than any he has ever known. Dr. Strange finds himself hurtling through the endless wastes of nowhere on a fateful journey to the dark dimension beyond the furthest reach of mortal comprehension. Thus is it written, I am prisoner of a mighty spell, a spell triggered by my own urge to rescue the lovely Clea. But none do I know possessed of the power to weave such evil enchantment, unless it be one from the nether dimension, the nameless dimension of doom. Truly hath Stan Lee authored yon awesome epic. Verily hath Bill Everett such scenes depicted, and, finally, didst Artie Simic the lettering inscribe. So say we all, there can be no vestige of doubt. I am entering the dark dimension once again. The sinister shadow world wherein the dread Dormammu once held sway. But then came the day when the dreaded one was forever vanquished. Therefore, who can be the perpetrator of this new and necromantic threat? What true believer can ever forget that magnificent moment in Strange Tales number 146, Sentimental Stan? I must waste no more time in idle speculation. If memory serves me, every foot of this forbidden world is fraught with fantastic danger. I shall need every iota of mystic power I possess to survive the challenge that confronts me. And survive it shall, so long as the tragic Clea faces an unknown peril. Whatever the trial that lies ahead, by the hoary hosts of Hoggoth, I vow to be equal to the task. What now befalls? Shapeless, senseless demons materializing from the murky mists above. Do they seek counsel or combat? I must make no precipitous move till I divine their purpose. But a split second later, the intention of the formless, nightmarish fiends becomes abundantly clear. They are living masses of pure hostility. Their only purpose, their only goal, is the utter destruction of any who intrude upon their domain. But their intended victim has power enough for 1,000 such as they. By Ragador's 7 rings. By Cyttorak's crimson bands, let yon demons feel Valtor's stings. So Dr. Strange commands. It is done. The demons have been dispelled. They now return to the murky limbo from whence they came. Once more the deathless chants of the Vishanti have hurled aside the sinister sorcery of eternal evil. But I must be ever vigilant. The tingling of my enchanted amulet warns me that the greatest danger still lies before me. And true to my sacred calling, I must not shirk it. I sense that my unknown foe is but toying with me, testing my power, sampling my resources. But what is this that appears before me? A shimmering luminescence, like the gateway to another world. I must enter, and hold, what is this? The gleaming rings did momentarily blind me to the abyss which lies ahead. Only my amulet's gleam cutting the haze as sunlight cuts the night saved me from a fatal plunge. It's all like some mad, phantasmagoric dream, having neither sense nor reason. Yet it is all too true. I am in the dimension which once was ruled by Dormammu. And some hidden foe seems to possess a power equaling that of the dreaded one himself. Still, aided by the shades of the seraphim, I shall mend the mystic road upon which I stand, and venture forth once more, no matter where the path may lead. Some fantastic fate does surely await me, and I must face it as befits my sacred oath. But then, scant moments later, a barrage of bedeviling bolts. My unseen enemy grows more violent, more deadly with each attack. But the omnipotent Ashtur shall deflect their stings, while Agamotto's all-seeing eye absorbs and nullifies their power. Once again, my years of training and devotion, blessed be the Ancient One, have served me in good stead. But I must find a means to end these merciless attacks. Even the power of the mystic arts may not protect me forever. I shall send my thoughts into the cosmos, striving to find, to conquer my unknown assailant. And then, slowly, disturbingly, a vague, uncanny comprehension begins to dawn. I sense a female, deadly, inscrutable, unrelenting. But a female like no other I have ever known. Like none who has ever lived within memory of mortal man. And, at that very moment, in another part of the dark dimension. His power is as great as I suspected. And it is surely equalled by a matchless courage. The mortal is truly a worthy selection to serve as the first of Umar's victims. But now the time for sparring is past. I have studied my mortal foe. I have taken the measure of his power, and now must Umar devise the means whereby he meets his doom. But he must perish in no simple manner. He who defeated my brother, Dormammu, must pay in kind for so calamitous a deed. By the demons of darkness, by the touchstone of fear, at the summons of Umar, let twin spirits appear. An intruder walks this world. He is to be found, taken captive, and brought to your master. He must not escape. So speaks Umar. Naught now remains but to wait the coming of him who is called Doctor Strange, for the silent spirits of Umar cannot fail. My dreaded brother, Dormammu, would have bested a foe by means of matchless power. But, though the power of Umar is beyond all measure, still am I a female. Thus I shall crush the accursed human as only a woman can, with the matchless weapons of cunning and overwhelming guile. Even now he hesitates, sensing that a new macabre menace is about to strike. There is a dire peril approaching. Its aura fills the very air about me. This means the time for testing is ended. The battle now begins. The die is cast. There can be no turning back. Sinister spirits, solidified and silent twin harbingers of horrendous hate. In all the mystic realms, none are more feared, none are more invincible. There is no spell known that can stop such beings. And yet, I dare not yield without striking back, no matter how futile my efforts may be. Let the glistening glow of sudden bewitchment form a shield which none may enter. It is as I feared, they have penetrated the barrier. They are beyond the natural laws which govern living beings. They are neither mortal nor demon. They are the unliving who live. It would be folly to waste my strength, to drain my powers in useless battle. Better that I now submit to them and save my power for the one I am soon to face. And then, at last, the fateful, dramatic confrontation occurs. By the hoary hosts of Hoggoth, my instincts were correct. A female now confronts me. Forgive the abrupt manner in which I usher you into the presence of Umar. It is for your own safety. Many dire dangers exist in this land unless a stranger is accompanied by my mystic emissaries. I say, begone! Your purpose has been served. And now, Dr. Strange, there is much for us to discuss. You know my name, mysterious one. How did you learn it? It was taught to me by my brother, who had good reason to never forget it. Your brother? Alas, he was known to you as the dread Dormammu. But none dreaded him more than I, his helpless sister. I, whom he imprisoned years without end, because I opposed his evil deeds. Your words are pleasing to my ears, and yet allow me to continue. When my brother departed from this sphere, after his awesome battle with the one known as Eternity, the spell under which he had imprisoned me was broken, and I was freed. Therefore, I finally have an opportunity to make amends for that which Dormammu had wrought. I have attended all that you have said, but many questions remain. How simple it is to deceive my cloaked victim to be. I merely combine my own feminine wiles with a subtle spell of believability. Though I find myself giving credence to your words, I must know more. What was your purpose in bringing me to this world so totally beyond all mortal ken? My purpose is a tragic one. You must steel yourself for what you are about to hear. Speak then and be swift. 'Tis the female Clea. She has been captured by the mindless ones. The mindless ones, from whom none have ever escaped alive. The mad, monstrous brutes who live only to destroy, who had been kept in check by the power of Dormammu alone. True, and with my brother's defeat, they are free to plunder once again. Her final words before she was taken from us were, Dr. Strange! He will save me. Then, by the sorcery which is mine to command, I probed the countless dimensions until I found you. Clea in the grip of the mindless ones. I must find her at once. Can he truly be the one who triumphed over Dormammu, he whom I have so easily deceived? Or is there another answer? Is my power even greater than I suspect? Waiting shall speed you on your way as only the magic of Umar can. With a simple interdimensional spell, you shall reach the mindless ones in seconds. No, I shall find her in my own way, in my own manner. My all-seeing eye of Agamotto shall guide me to the one I seek. I was wrong. He is not fully deceived. He does suspect. I must stop him. He moves so quickly, he almost took Umar unawares. I knew the sorceress was not to be trusted. Her spell of believability could not deceive. A master of the mystic arts. She seeks now to entrap me in rings of enchanted bonds. If this, then, is to be a test of power between us, I must be equal to the challenge.
But my first task is to break free and find Clea.
Her safety is all important now and always. Umar seeks to hurl me as a captive into the midst of the mindless ones. Though that is my destination, I shall reach it in my own manner. Let my amulet shine brighter than day.
Let freedom be mine. Let the bonds turn to clay.
By Raggador's 7 rings, it must be so.
Now, by employing my infallible cloak of levitation, I must rise to safety ere another mystic attack may be launched.
Though Omar's motives are shrouded in mystery to me, there can be no doubt that she is my enemy. And, though she is but a female, the aura of her power seems to fill this very universe. Of all those who have threatened me in the past, the velvety Umar well may be the most deadly challenge I have ever faced.
But there can now be no turning back. Umar is aware that I would risk all for Clea. Therefore, so long as the sister of Dormammu lives, the innocent Clea is in deadly jeopardy.
For the sorceress knows full well the value of a helpless hostage. He has escaped the swirling bonds, but it will be to no avail. The trap is complete. No matter now, he reaches the mindless ones. All that awaits him there will be certain doom. For the mindless ones have no thought, no goal, no desire other than to destroy. When they have no victim to attack, they turn against each other. They feel no pain, they fear no death. Nothing can survive their onslaught. And thus does Umar gain the ultimate triumph from the ashes of the defeat of Doctor Strange. Next, alone against the mindless ones.
Next issue. Strange Tales.
Number 153.